An update on yesterday's deadly shooting at a Richland Fred Meyer.
And a Washington legislator has proposed bipartisan legislation for pandemic protocols. Coming up on Murrow News 8.
Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening. I'm Gillis Williams.
And I'm Catherine Jones. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
The man police say shot 2 people at a Richland Fred Meyer was arrested and booked in the Benton County Jail late last night. According to the Spokesman Review, Aaron Christopher Kelly was arrested along I-90 between Spokane and Sprague. As of this morning, one of the men who was shot, 38-year-old Justin Crumba, has died. The other man was in critical condition and taken to Cadlick Regional Medical Center for surgery.
COVID-19 cases in Whitman County remain high despite an exponential drop in the 7-day average, with new confirmed cases at 114. While overall daily case numbers are falling, public health officials still encourage wearing masks, practicing social distancing, and getting vaccinated.
Senator Patty Murray of Washington State unveiled new bipartisan legislation as chair of the Senate Health Committee with top GOP Senator Richard Burr of North Carolina. The draft bill, which is titled the Prevent Pandemics Act, seeks to improve coordination between public health agencies, shore up the supply of vaccines and masks, and require the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, to be approved by the Senate before taking office.
Murrow News 8 reporter Riley Fitzgerald went around Pullman in a search for COVID tests as they've been increasingly more difficult to find as we spike in COVID cases.
The demand has just went off the charts.
Due to the spike in COVID cases due to the Omicron variant, Pullman has been hit pretty hard. The surge of cases has created a terrible demand for COVID tests, which is leaving pharmacies, labs, and businesses struggling to keep up. Dale Pickard, a pharmacist at Sid's Pharmacy, says that it's been hard to keep up with.
And the tests are getting more and more difficult to come by. The government snatched a bunch of them up.
A few months ago, it might have been easier, but right now, during this Omicron takeover, finding a COVID test is harder than ever. If I try to schedule a COVID test right now with Insight through WSU, this is often what the website looks like. No availability. It's a problem that's on a lot of our minds. Where can you get a COVID test right now?
You can get tested through Pullman Regional Hospital through Insight Diagnostics here, but it's by appointment with a doctor's note only. For students scheduling through WSU, it's even worse. By the time you get an appointment and get your results, you're already mostly over it anyways. The government is sending out free at-home tests to those who order them, but they take between 7 and 12 days to arrive. Sid's Pharmacy is trying to get people tested as quickly as possible, but there's only so much that a local pharmacy can do.
Options are limited, and from a student perspective, it's been a very stressful time.
I went to Safeway, the Walmart website, the Walgreens website. The rapid tests haven't arrived yet. Finally, I checked the school. The first day I checked, there was no availability whatsoever. Checked the next day, and there were 2 spots available. You can imagine the frustration that comes from that.
Frustration indeed. The best that we can do right now, even as COVID surges around us, is wait. Being patient and conscientious of others around you is key to keeping people safe if you're unsure if you're COVID positive or not. In Pullman, I'm Riley Fitzgerald, Murrow, News 8.
There is construction on Harvey Road off of the Stadium Way. Harvey Road is closed today and tomorrow, according to the city of Pullman, as a sewer line is replaced. Lake Street is the detour road if you need to get through the area. The closure will remain in place overnight as crews work to fix this problem.
The track inside of the University of Idaho's Kibbe Dome will now be known as the Lauren McCluskey track, according to Pullman Radio. McCluskey grew up in Pullman and was a student athlete at the University of Utah, where she was murdered in 2018. Her parents, Matt and Jill McCluskey, donated $1 million from their settlement to resurface the track where their daughter often trained. U of I said that this is the largest logo incorporated into a track and field facility.
School districts in Whitman County have funding levies on the ballots for the special election today. According to the Moscow Pullman Daily News, 10 school districts are asking for educational programs and operations levies to pay for services not fully funded by the state, such as teacher pay, support staff, and special education. 6 districts are also seeking a replacement capital levy for instructional technology and facility improvements. Listed on your screen are the levies each school district is seeking. Vote-by-mail ballots must be postmarked by today. They can also be dropped off at ballot boxes in Pullman and Colfax until 8 p.m. tonight.
WSU's Environmental Sustainability Alliance is calling for WSU to divest from fossil fuel companies. According to the Daily Evergreen, the ESA is asking WSU to instead invest in companies providing green, renewable energy. Fossil fuel divestment has support from students at WSU. In November of 2021, the ESA sent out a survey that found 70% of students who responded agreed that WSU should divest from fossil fuels.
Coming up, the College of Veterinary Medicine has a new resident.
And we'll hear from our weather reporter Jackie Smith whether we can expect more sunshine. Next on Murrow News 8.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Bruce, a Western-painted turtle, has found a new home on campus. He was taken out of the wild to be a pet, and was for 5 years. However, this left him unreleasable. WSU worked with Washington Fish and Wildlife to decide whether to keep Bruce as an educational ambassador or not. Now, he has a habitat in the lobby in the same hospital he was brought to.
If you like jazz, then you're in luck. The WSU School of Music is holding their first jazz concert of the semester at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, February 15th in Kimbrough Concert Hall. It will feature faculty ensemble Jazz Northwest and the award-winning WSU Jazz Big Band under the direction of Regents Professor Greg Yazinski. The concert is free of charge, presented face-to-face, and will also be live-streamed on the WSU Pullman Music YouTube channel. Jackie, I've been enjoying the warmer weather temperatures and sunshine. Please tell me there's more where that came from.
You are definitely in luck, Catherine. I don't know about you guys, but I am loving these warmer weather temperatures. And I'm sorry if you're a fan of the snow and cold, because that's going to be gone for at least this week. We're avoiding all of that. Today, we're going to be reaching about 46 degrees for the high with a low of 38. And we only have about 7 mile/hour winds, which isn't that bad for Pullman. So enjoy having your hair down if you have long hair like me, because it won't get in your face. The sun rose just after 7 o'clock today, and it's going to be setting after just about 5. Hopefully with these longer days, that's going to be a good sign that we're heading into the spring weather. And then for tomorrow, there is a slight chance of rain in the morning, so make sure you have a hood on you if you're going to your morning classes. The high is going to be pretty similar today, 47 with a low of 34. Very similar winds, just 7 miles an hour. Sun's going to rise and set about the same times. And then looking across the state, we have pretty similar temperatures all around. Olympia and Seattle, rainy as always. The more west you go, the more rain you're going to get. Going to have a high of 50, low of 41 in Olympia. Seattle's going to be about 48 and 42, come down a little bit. In Yakima and Tri-Cities, you're going to be just partly cloudy, a little bit of sun peeking out. In Yakima, it's going to be 48 degrees with a low of 33. Tri-Cities just going to be 51 with a low of 35. And then heading over to my friends and family in Spokane, you guys are sitting at a nice and cool 45 with a low of 30. And then just looking at your 5-day forecast, we are going to be staying, again, pretty similar. Everything's pretty constant. That's the theme of this weather. Going across the week, Wednesday today, or tomorrow, like I said, 47 with a high of 47 with a low of 34. Thursday is going to be our nice and warmest day with 52 degrees. I love seeing those 50 degrees at the low of 34. Friday is going to be 48 degrees high with a low of 30. Going into the weekend, it's going to be a high of 49, low of 28 Saturday. And then Sunday is going to be partly cloudy, high of 50, low of 29. So like I said, if you're a fan of these warmer weathers, you are super in luck. And back to you guys at the desk.
After delays due to COVID-19 protocols, who is the women's basketball team playing next?
And the football team has a new long snapper. Our sports reporter Connor will have the details when we return.
Hello, I'm Connor McAvoy with sports. WSU women's basketball will be going against Oregon tomorrow at Beasley Coliseum. This is a rescheduling from the original date of January 23rd due to COVID-19 protocols within the Cougs program. The women's team stands at 14-7 overall this year and 6-4 in Pac-12 action. More in basketball news as the men's team goes against Arizona on Thursday. The Cougs will be playing after a record-breaking win against California, having not won against them since 1993. This upcoming game is the first game of the season for the Cougs to go against Arizona. The men's team will then play Arizona State on Saturday and Oregon on Valentine's Day, February 14th. WSU committed to one of the country's top-ranked long snappers, Luca Rodarte, on Saturday. Rodarte earned one of the highest rankings for long snapping from Chris Rubio, one of the nation's premier long snapping coaches based out in Lewiston. Rodarte is the 23rd long snapping prospect in 2022 per Rubio's website. Rodarte will join as a walk-on next season. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Connor. Which films the Student Entertainment Board will be screening in the Cub this month? Coming up next on Murrow News 8.
The Student Entertainment Board sent out their schedule for February movies on Friday. King Richard will be screened February 11th through the 13th. Ghostbusters Afterlife is playing the 18th through the 20th. And for all you little monsters out there, or fans of Adam Driver, House of Gucci is playing the 25th through the 27th. Films are screened at 6 and 9 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, and 4 and 7 p.m. on Sundays. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.